Hi everyone. In this session, let us discuss a few more topics relating to the subject Fundamentals of Management and Life Skills. The topics that we are discussing in this session are factors influencing attitude and types of attitude. Factors influencing attitude, they are many things like maybe it is direct experience with the object or classical conditioning and attitudes, operant conditioning and attitude acquisition, vicarious learning, family and peer groups, neighborhood, economic status and occupations, and mass communications. Let us have a look about each and every factor, how it influences the attitude. The first one, direct experience with the object. Attitudes will be developed from a personally rewarding and punishing experience with an object. So depending upon our previous experiences with the object, we will have our own attitudes, and that is already framed, and based upon the previous experiences, direct experiences, whatever the attitudes are framed already, that is normally difficult to change. The second one is classical conditioning and attributes. One of the basic processes underlying in attitude formation is well explained on the basis of the learning principles, and it is very popularly known as classical conditioning or Pavlovian conditioning, and this is a kind of learning through association, and it is discovered by Pavlov. He was a Russian physiologist, and here one of the best examples here they give, like in advertisements they make use of only young, attractive and healthy men and women as the brand ambassadors for advertisements. Why do they use so? Because in case they are not being used, that kind of product, it won't get much popularity. So even for very disinteresting products also, they make use of very attractive, young, healthy men and women only. The third one is operant conditioning and attitude acquisition. Attitude will be acquired because of a kind of learning process that is being formed because of either the rewards we get from our behaviors, or maybe the punishments that we get from our behaviors. So based upon what we get because of what sort of behavior, we acquire certain kind of attitude. That is what we call operant conditioning. Then vicarious learning. Vicarious learning is nothing other than learning that is acquiring attitudes by means of observing behavior of others. So how are others behaving, and what are the consequences of that kind of behavior for others? After studying this, we learn certain things, and that is what we call vicarious learning, because we get certain informations from our parents, like they say, like blind people are very incompetent. In case that they think so, parents normally their children also, in case they respect their parents, means they will also think so, they will adopt the same kind of attitude. Then family and peer groups. We acquire certain attitudes even by our family members only, because normally we imitate our parents, because children normally respect their parents, and whatever is the parents' attitude, definitely they will understand their opinions about certain things, and they adopt the same kind of attitude, and we learn certain things and acquire certain attitudes even from our peer groups in offices, colleges, or in companies and organizations. And one more very important factor which has an influence on our attitudes is neighborhood. Who live as our neighbors, definitely they will have their own cultures, they have their own religious groupings, and definitely there will be a lot of ethnic differences. So these things that are there, the features of our neighborhood, definitely it is also one of the very important factors which influences our attitudes. The next very important is our own economic status and occupations. Each and every family's economic status, it has an influence on the members, on the attitude of the members of that particular family. And one more is the occupation. The occupation of a certain person definitely has an important influence on the formation of attitudes. Then the last one here is mass communications. Yes, we have a lot of various mass communications. Maybe it is TV, radio, newspapers, magazines, journals, and these mass communications, they give a lot of information on many things through their media. And the presentation of this news or information, it will be so constructed. It will be constructed in such a way that it is catering to the attitude of the audience. So definitely it is also having a very important influence on the attitude of a person. Then types of attitude. Basically there are two types of attitudes. One is positive, the other one is negative. This positive attitude, it emerges out of positive thinking. In case we have a kind of positive thinking, we are a person having a positive attitude, and they will be definitely optimistic people. They expect that always the good things will happen to them, good things will happen in their life, like that. And in while talking about a particular organization, in case the employees are to be with positive attitude, means their boss, that means a leader, their leader should also be having a good and positive attitude. Then only his employees will also can be with positive attitude. The opposite of this is then negative attitude. Negative attitude means a person who keeps for himself and makes others moody through their negative behavior. That means he is not an open kind of person, and he will be always a kind of moody person, and he will be having such kind of behaviors, maybe some negative sort of behaviors like hating others, abusing others, and because of these things, wherever he is very much competent to create a negative, or what we call like an unhealthy atmosphere. And because of this, whoever the people are there working there, definitely they will not be able to work properly and up to their expectations. The next types of attitudes which are being classified on the basis of job related, that is what we call here job related attitudes, are three types. First is job involvement, the second one is like organizational commitment, the third one is job satisfaction. These are like self-explanatory. The first one is job involvement. Job involvement, here it means it measures the degree to which a person identify himself psychologically with his job. That means each and every person who works for the organization, he should identify himself to a greater extent with his organization, and he should involve himself in all the activities on all the works of that particular organization. If he is doing so, we say that his job involvement is more. In case he is not involving himself in the works of the organization, it means that his job involvement is very less. But in case a person who is in whose job involvement is more in the organization, his performance will also be good. And in case job involvement is more with the employees in a particular organization, means the productivity of that organization will also be very good. Then the second one is organizational commitment. In each and every organization, the people who are working for the organization should have a dedicated nature, that is of working with the organization. That is what we call here commitment or dedication towards the organization where he is working. In case the employees are having a good level of organizational commitment, means they think that they belong to that particular organization and they work to a in a very dedicated level for the organization. But those who are not having a sort of commitment for the organization, they'll be always thinking that they are outsiders and they won't work well for the organization, and in that case productivity will be less, productivity in that organization will be less. And various research works, they suggest that Japanese workers are having very good job commitment or organizational commitment than the US workers. Then the third one is job satisfaction. It is also a type of attitude. We work for the organization not just for salary but for so many other things also. So in case this job satisfaction, that is what we call like individual's general attitudes towards his or her job, in case it is positive, okay, in case it is positive towards the job, means job satisfaction is more. That means they like the job, they are good, they are active in the organization, they like the job that it has been assigned to them, they are enjoying the works whatever they have to do with the job. In case they are not happy with the kind of job that is being assigned to them, or in case they are not happy with the organization, means the level of satisfaction will be less. And these what do you call this job satisfaction is depends upon the relationships with the co-workers. So in case it is being good, maybe to some extent their job satisfaction will also be good, and interpersonal behavior that is there in that particular organization can also be good. In case that is in case job satisfaction is in various degrees, definitely there's what you call relationships with the co-workers and even interpersonal behavior, that level will also be changed. For further information, you can refer these books that are mentioned here. Thank you.